So I wanted to briefly go over deliverability metrics and kind of where you want to be and stand as far as like all the metrics. I don't look too much into these besides open rates, which we'll talk about in a second. A lot of them, it's really hard to gauge metrics because because every brand is different, every audience is different. It's really hard to say like this is the number you want to be at. That's just not how it works. So it's very fluid, but like these are like general numbers of where you want to be. Open rates, we want to make sure we're above 45% across our flows and our campaigns. If you're lower than 45%, all you can do is for the emails that you're sending in campaigns, if they're lower than 45%, just create a segment of people who have opened an email in the past 30 days and only send to those people. You pump your open rates just by only sending to people who open your emails. That helps a ton. If you send campaigns to those people, you'll slowly start increasing your reputation, and then your flow open rates will start to rise as well. So greater than 45% is where we want to be at with our open rates. Don't want to be lower than that. If you're lower, do that, or there's going to be a 6-week delivery recovery protocol in another module. So make sure you're doing that. Click rates. So what's the rate at which somebody clicks your email? We want to be greater than 1% here ideally. Now this is less of a deliverability thing and more of an email design and content thing, but I get asked about click rates a lot, and so ideally we want to be at 1%. Big brands, sometimes you can have less. I have one brand whose average click rates are 0.6%, and they're 8 figures. We're sending to like a 1 million person list every time we're sending, and you know what? That's okay to be a little bit lower. That'll happen. But we have perfect deliverability. Our inbox placement rate is super duper high, and so it's like not as much of a concern. It's more of a design issue. If you're a smaller brand, you're sending to less than 5 to 10,000 people, and you're under 1%, it's going to be a design thing. So refer to the design modules. Bounce rate, less than 1%, ideally way less than that, 0.5%. But bounce rate is essentially emails like that didn't get delivered for whatever reason. Either it's like a blocked email or it's a fake email that doesn't exist. Those are all bounces. We want to make sure we have less than 1% on all of our emails. So you can just create an exclusion segment in your email sending, which is just like if somebody's bounced an email at least once over all time, then we're just going to remove them. So that's bounce rate. Make sure you're less than 1%. Spam complaint rate. So this is tough to track because sometimes people will do it directly with Gmail and not in Klaviyo. But we want to be less than 0.01%. 0.05% is really where we want to be at. The spam complaint rate, this can harm your inbox placement, so you want to make sure your spam is low, but it's tough to track. Really, you're going to be raising red flags if you're over like 0.1 to 2%. But ideally, we want to be lower than 0.01%. Unsubscribe rate, this actually doesn't affect deliverability because unsubscribes are natural. You want people to unsubscribe who don't want to receive your emails. Like, that's totally fine. We want to be less than 0.5% though, so that we can keep people on our list. Unsubscribe rate, if you're higher than 0.5%, like 1%, then you probably have some issues going on with your content, and you're not sending good enough emails to these people to keep them engaged in wanting to continue to be subscribed to you. So these are the base metrics. Main one is open rates that we really want to pay attention to because that's going to have the biggest impact.